welcome back to my channel. So today I'm talking about a question I asked on Facebook. If I can grab my phone. Up the post so I can just read it out for those that didn't see the post. So I want to film a video about my journey from India to UK to Canada, and also give advice or answer questions if anyone has any about schools or how to apply. So if you have questions, leave them under this post. Please repost, share in case someone else has questions. Thanks. PS, I'm not an expert, just wanted to share my story and help someone out there. So that was basically what I posted. So here I am doing the video. I don't want the video to be super long and me rambling and talking about places I've been, but I just wanted to help someone out there. And often or not, people always ask me, "Oh, Lara, you're in Canada now. What happened? Why did you leave UK? Why did you leave India? Why did you go to India?" People are like, "Oh, you went to India. Oh, India." Everyone has something to say about where I've been to, so I just wanted to share my experiences, how I did it, how it all went down, what I did, what school I went to, how I got to school and stuff like that. So I'm gonna do a series or 2 or 3 more videos including this, because it's a lot to cover up in one video, the visa process, finding school, paying school fees, getting money, applying, and each country has each procedure, and schools in each country are different. What they're called is different. Some call it colleges, some call it uni, some call it, it's different stuff. Just start with what happened to me and how I did my stuff and how it all went down. Good? Okay. I finished school in 2009, and just like everyone in Nigeria, I wrote JAM, I wrote WAEC, I wrote NECO, I wrote GC, I wrote every exam that was possible to be written. I wrote everything, and I still didn't get to school. So I went to makeup school, I went to radio school, I did radio production. So yes, I can produce a radio program. Yeah, so I did all that and I still didn't get to school. So while I was waiting, my mom was like, "Oh, you can apply to poly." So I was like, okay. So she made me apply to poly, and for those who don't know what poly is polytechnic, right? So it's the junior version of university. So I applied to poly Badon. Okay, so I didn't like it at all. I didn't like poly at all. I didn't like it at all. So I knew that wasn't for me. What was I doing? Was it mass comm? No, it wasn't mass comm. I can't even remember what I was doing, I'll tell you the truth. Oh no, it had to do with something business, because I knew I had accounting in it. My first semester was almost coming to an end, so I went back home. And I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh, fool, I didn't like it, it's that." So she was like, "Oh, okay." And by this time, my mom used to travel to India with my younger sister for some medical stuff that my younger sister had to go do every other year. So my mom was like, "Oh, okay. But there's nothing we can do right now. You have to go, you have to do this, you have to do that, I'm like, "Okay, fine." I went back. And so while I was there, my mom called me and she said that she found a school in India. I was like, okay. And she said, "Oh, it's a really good school. It's British, but it's in India and it's really nice." And so I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, whatever." She said, "Oh, I already put an application for you." I'm like, "Oh, cool." And she's like, "If you get in, you have to leave." So I was like, okay, no brainer. I was ready to leave poly. I didn't like it at all. So I packed, went home and whatever. So when she came back, she told me to come home. So I went home and then we started the application. Okay, the schools in India have a different course base. The way they put their courses is different. So it's a triple major. Okay, so you have economics, political science, and sociology. That was what I was doing. You had psychology, economics, and sociology. You had PS Eco, you had PS Com, whatever it was. They just put stuff together and call it a name. So I was like, "Oh, I would be doing economics, political science, and sociology." I was like, that's a lot, but we got into it. So I applied, and then with India, it's pretty simple. That was one of the simplest applications I've ever done in my life, to tell you the truth. India was and it was done. So I put in the application, got my receipt, got my application letters, got everything together, and then I went to the embassy. When I was applying for student, because I think the rules have changed now. When I applied for student visa, I had to go to an interview. So, and the person that interviewed me on that day was like the ambassador, like the ambassador to India, to Nigeria from India. She was the one who interviewed me. I was grilled. So I went with my mom, so she allowed my mom to come in with me for the interview. So I went in, we sat down, and she's like, oh, you went to India? I was like, yeah. And at that time I was what 16? I wasn't 18 yet. So she asked my mom, like, you want to leave your daughter, like, it's not 18 to go? My mom was like, yeah, she's fine, she knows the house she's coming from, she better do well, blah blah blah. So I was like, okay. Randomly she asked me, like, what is GDP? And I was like, what? Gross domestic whatever. So she just asked me like basic economics questions, like what is GDP, or what does the budget of the country mean and stuff. So I answered like what I knew about it, and then she said okay, and she just stamped she just stamped the application, because they don't, like, they stamp the application and they do whatever, sign it in, and then put it back. So if they don't stamp it, that means you didn't get it. So she stamped it, she signed it, and she just put it aside, and she's like, you can come and pick up your visa in 2 weeks. And I was like, what? Okay, that was easy. So then she gave me the slip to go pay for the visa. Okay, so I took the slip, and at that time it was like, what? I paid like what, 20 something thousand naira for my visa at that time. And my mom was like, oh, it's too expensive. I was like, yeah. But yeah, we paid, and then I got my visa, and so I left, me alone, on the plane to India. 12 hours flight. So okay. So anyway, so I packed. When I got to India, it was pretty cool. Like, my mom already arranged for someone to pick me up from the airport to school. In India it's 3 years. Your undergrad is 3 years, okay? So I did economics, political science, and sociology. So, and my school, the name of my school is Christ University in Bangalore, South India, Karnataka. So yeah, so my school had an option of do your 2 years in India, 1 year in UK, 1 year in France, 1 year in South Korea, 2 years in one school in Texas in America, and I think 1 year in China or something. They had like they call it affiliations. They had affiliations with other schools around the world where you could do your final year, but you have to do your base year, like your ground level, like first and second year in India. So that was what my mom picked. My mom picked me to do 2 years in India and 1 year in England. So when I got there, but there were conditions, obviously, like just like every school. But we didn't know the conditions when my mom applied for like that course, when she picked that one for me. We didn't know any conditions or whatever it was. So I started school. So in terms of accommodation in India, accommodation in India is pretty basic, okay? It's like nothing fancy, basic stuff. And it was fun. It wasn't like bad or anything. It was good. I just had to develop an accent then, because people didn't understand how I spoke. And growing up in Nigeria, I never knew that Nigerian had accents. Like, I never knew that we had an accent. I never knew that people couldn't understand when we speak. Like, what the hell? We're speaking English. You better open your ears. Like, I didn't know. And they were speaking English too, but I didn't hear what they were saying. So then at that point I realized that okay, we're speaking different accents then. Yeah, so I had to develop how to speak like an Indian, which, so yeah, I started school, and it was fun and everything like that. So this video is gonna be super long, and I don't want it to be long. Okay, so I went to meet the father, and then to review my program and everything. So he said, do you know you have to be in first class to be able to transfer? So I was like, I didn't know how to be in first class. He's like, yeah, you have to be in first class. So I was like, oh, okay. Man, it's not like I was failing or anything, but I wasn't in first class. So I was like, oh, okay. He's like, oh, you still have a chance. You still have 1 year. And the way India stuff is set up, your semesters are independent, okay? So it's, you go through a GPA process, but it's independent. So if you really pass in your first year and you get a first class, like, you can, and if you really fail in your first year, doesn't mean that you're gonna fail in the whole like stuff. Like, you can still like get it up and do all that stuff. So I can't explain how it is, but he just told me like, oh, you good, like you will be able to make it. So I said okay. So second year, studied hard, did everything, and I had a first class. So I went back. Like when second year, first semester is ending, you have to go put in your application. So when that was over, I went to put in my application, and he said, oh, okay, that's good. So what course do you want to pick? So you have to go to the schools, the school you're transferring to, which mine was Liverpool, right? There are actually particular courses that you can pick. You can't pick all your courses. So the father actually gave me a list of courses that Christ University students can pick. So I went through the courses, and then I picked them out, and so I picked international relations and politics, because I really liked politics at that time. Everything changes after some time. Yeah, so I started, and I started the application process, and then the father does everything basically. You don't have to do anything. Like the school does everything for you if you're transferring. If it's an affiliation, okay, the school does everything for you. So he went through everything, all my documents, whatever, and he said I was good to go. So he put in the application to Liverpool Hope University, and they gave me an admission. They sent the admission letter and everything. And so he was like, you still have to pay for your third year, like in Christ University in India. I was like, what? It's like, yeah, that's part of the condition. So I wasn't told about this at this time, okay? So when you're doing a transfer and it has to do with affiliations, okay, you still have to pay your school fees for that school that you are in, and pay your school fees for that school that you're going to. So I had to pay $1,500 to Christ University and pay $7,000 to Liverpool Hope. Was it $7,000? No, $9,000. £9,000. Okay. So yeah. So I paid for the school fees and everything, and then father went on with the process. So I got my application and did everything. Another thing with affiliations, with transferring, is some countries you can't, if you're a third party passport holder, which I was Nigerian in India, applying for UK visa. So I'm a third party passport holder. So you can apply from there. You have to go back home to your home country, and I didn't know this either. So I went, and I was going to apply, but no, it wasn't working. And another thing is you have to write the English exam, which is IELTS. So I did. I wrote my IELTS in India. Father told me that I had to go home and apply from home. So I was like, okay, why was I not told it earlier? But anyways, okay, another thousands of dollars to be spent on tickets. So I had to go home to apply for my UK visa. Now, one thing about transfers and affiliations is you are most likely to get that visa. If you don't, except if money is the problem, then you might not get the visa. But if you have an affiliation, you would most likely get it, because they know that you paid, like I paid Christ University for 2 years, and I paid them even third year just to get to UK. And I'm going to pay UK, which I already paid, £9,000, excuse me, £9,000 to go. And they know that I can't do my third year in India. I have to do my third year in Liverpool, because that's my program. That was what I agreed with Christ University. So you would definitely get your visa. Now with applying for UK visa, it's totally different. Like I said, when I went to India, the woman just asked me some questions and everything. She didn't even check whether my dad had money in his account or whatever. But in UK, those things matter. You have to have a particular amount of money. You have to maintain a particular balance in your account for 28 days. And when I was applying, it was £4,000. Yeah, it was £4,000. You have to maintain £4,000, equivalent obviously in Naira, for 28 days. So yeah, and I got the visa and everything, and then I left for UK. So that was how I got to UK. Okay, that was how I left India and got to UK. So I did my final year in Liverpool Hope University. It was lovely. So I went to University of Liverpool to do my master's. It was a different game. Yeah, so we applied and I got in, because I was applying from inside. Okay, like inside, I mean like within the UK. So I went for my interview and I got my visa. So that was how I was able to stay in UK again, because I was doing my masters. So my master's was Masters in International Relations and Security. Okay, so I did that and everything went as good as as good as expected. So after that, he was when I was in my master's, I was like, so what do you ask me? Because I knew that I didn't know. UK is really tight.
I could swear it's been 700 degrees in here since you came in. I could swear that this room has been running out of air, and now it's starting to spin. You make me feel kinda bad, kinda good, kinda everything, yet it doesn't feel like it should. You make me feel kinda wrong, kinda right, kinda anything, and I would change it if I could.
Like, one month.
I swear I'm hitting the floor. I could swear that my stomach just sunk a meter. I'll be dead if I take any more. You make me feel kinda bad, kinda good, kinda everything, yet it doesn't feel like it should. You make me feel kinda wrong, kinda right, kinda anything, and I would change it if I could. Canada takes their sweet time to approve your visa. So in UK it normally takes 4 weeks. It takes a minimum of 4 weeks. But for God knows why, my visa took 1 week. Like 1 week. I was shocked. My passport got to me on a Monday. On Tuesday I booked my ticket. I left England on Thursday. It was that quick. Pop, 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 pop. I was out. So yeah, so I came here, and that's basically how I ended up in Canada. And yeah, it's been pretty fun. Please, I need inquiry on how to go about the visa application for education in Canada. Do you think there is any best law school in Canada? I don't really know much about Canada because I just get here for like 7 months and stuff. Okay, I know that if you want to get into Canada through school, through education, okay, you need to apply to colleges. Colleges are better off. Like, not like they're better off, I mean they're faster. If you need it to happen for you quickly, you need to go through colleges. Colleges will accept you. You get 2-1, 2-2, third class, they will take you. And if you have the money, pay your school fees, it's faster. Because universities take their sweet damn time. Okay, a long time. Okay, but the thing with colleges is you don't get a master's degree, you don't get an undergraduate, you just get certificates, diplomas and stuff. So if you're willing to do that, I would advise that you do colleges. Law school, I don't know anything about, like I said, I don't know much about in Canada law school and stuff. So I would just say that if you want to get into whatever course you want to do, law or whatever, look into colleges. Canada takes time either ways. Like, they take time in the application of your visas, like what is 100 days now in Nigeria to apply for your visa. In UK it's like minimum of 4 weeks, some people 6 weeks. So you get what I mean. Like,
you wait like what 6 months for your university to answer you and get your whatever, and then you have to wait another 100 days. So yeah, it's a lot. I know. Same question. I want to apply for a school in Canada. I need to ask some few questions. I'm currently studying here in Australia. Cool. Can I get a transfer to Canada? And I'm studying a vocational course here. If you have any answers to my questions, I'll be really glad. Okay. What are vocational courses? I guess it's like what, skilled programs or something. Person studying here. Can I get a transfer? Okay. Basically, he wants to transfer. Like I said earlier, I don't know much about Canada. Okay, like I really don't know much. Like, but I would say, if you want to transfer to any school, you have to know how Canada system works, how they grade compared to how Australia grades, because that's the first thing. They always have like, oh, is it equivalent to a 2-1? Is it, what is equivalent to a first class? What exactly is equivalent? Because when I was transferring, why they said we need to have first class is because when you transfer to England, it like whatever is first class in India ain't first class in UK. That's why they say you have to have a first class, so that when you transfer your credit or your grade or your CGPA or whatever it's called, you can still be on a reasonable level. You get what I mean? So that's it. And for schools, I don't know how schools do the transfer here. I don't know if you want to transfer to college and if you want to transfer to uni. But if you want to transfer, you have to, the first thing is you have to choose your school and know what the school transfer process is. Every school has different transfer process. So if you want to transfer to, just example, York University, okay, you have to figure out what York University transfer programs are, what they require for you if you want to transfer, how to contact them, who to contact in York University, who does the transfer process in York University, and likewise for your school. So some schools don't allow transfer. Some schools are like, no, you have to pay us all the money, you can leave halfway. Some schools are like that. So you have to know which school you want to transfer to, what's your transfer process, and what your school requires for transfer. Like, what do I have to do to transfer? Do I still have to pay my fees here? Do I still have to, you get what I mean? So yeah, I look like I'm falling off this chair. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, and I don't want the video to be super long, so I don't know if I should just go through everything right now, because it's like I wrote like a lot. These are almost like 5 pages of stuff that I was supposed to talk about, and I'm sure the video is already like what, 30 minutes. I don't want the video to be long because I know like people don't have time to be sitting down and listening to Lara talk, Lara rambling. Probably edit it to like 15 minutes and make it 2 videos. Okay, so one great tip I would say is you have to have a plan. Okay, when you're applying for a visa to somewhere for school or whatever, you have to have a plan. You have to know, like, when school is over, when I'm done, what do I want to do? Do I want to work? Do I want to stay? Do I want to stay? Do I want to work permit? Do I want to leave? Do I want to go back home? Like, you have to have a plan. And even, it's not just having a plan. You have to have like a plan A to Z. You have like 26 letters in an alphabet. You have to have 26 plans. I'm telling you the truth. Like, seriously. Like, when I was living in India, I was pretty basic because I knew that I was going to go to, like, when I was going to, sorry, was that when I was leaving? No, I meant when I was going to India, I knew that I wasn't going to stay in India. Like, I knew that I wasn't going to be there forever and ever. But I knew, like, okay, I'm going to be here for 2 years, and after that, I'm going to go to UK. But when I got to UK, I never knew, like, I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what I was supposed to do after school. Like, I just thought that it was a process, and if I get my master's, I get a job, and I could, like, I didn't have, like, a basic plan. So when it was coming to an end, I had to panic, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, you need to figure out what you're doing. Like, you're here, you need to know what you're doing. So that's why when I was coming to Canada, I had a plan. I knew that I was going to go to school, and I knew, like, this is what I was going to do, after school, this is what I'm going to do, and after that, if that doesn't work, this is what I'm going to do. Do you get, like, you have plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. If that doesn't work, I'm going to do that. And
if you don't want to have so many plans, you can have plan A, B. So and your plan B could be do plan A again from the beginning. Like it depends on what you, it depends on, seriously, it depends on what you want. Like if you don't want, if that one plan is all you have and all you've got, you have to put in your all. That's what I'm trying to say. Like you have to put in your all. So if plan A is the only plan you have and that's the only way you can go about it, then your plan B is to your plan B will be to put in plan A again. So try plan A again, but in plan C's way. Do you get what I mean? Come out as you thought it will, because most people have like high expectations of how it's supposed to be or how they told me it's going to be when I get there, but it's never that. It's never that. Trust me, it's never that. Don't be shy to ask questions. Send me an email. Like I'll leave my email in the description box below and all my contacts and my social media and stuff. So you can send me an email if you're trying to apply or something. I'm glad to help you. I'm glad to ask questions. I'm glad to help people. Like, and most people don't know that like it's okay to call the embassy. Like if I want to apply to go to wherever in the world, I would call the embassy. I always do anyways. I call the embassy and ask them like, what is the process, how long does it take, and what do I have to do, or this is what I have done, am I doing it right and stuff. Like it's okay to call the embassy. Like that's why they're there, that's why they have a phone number, that's why they have a contact. Like call them and ask them like, what exactly am I supposed to do. Like I always call when I was doing my Canada stuff. I called and I was like, how long is it gonna take? How long does it take? Oh, I have a tracking number. My tracking number isn't working. Like, what do I do? Like, you call them, ask them questions, send them emails. I bombarded them with emails. I remember, like, when I was doing my UK stuff, I sent email almost every day. Oh, my affiliation stuff. Oh, my transfer stuff. Oh, ask questions. You can never go wrong with asking questions. You have to know stuff. Like, it can never be too much questions. It can never be too much knowledge of stuff. Like, you need to know. Like, I need to know. But you have to pick out from what people tell you. People will tell you different things. People will tell you, oh, it's very difficult. People tell you, no, it's easy. People tell you, oh, I'm dying here. People say, oh, no, it's rosy here. Like, people will tell you different stuff. Like, but you have to pick out what you want to do. So don't assume stuff. That's the thing. Assumptions lead to high expectations. And when high expectations are not met, then you feel disappointed. If that makes sense. Yeah, you have to be ready that your life is going to change forever. I tell you, as soon as you step into that plane and it takes off, it's a change. Like your life is going to change forever. Whatever is funny in Nigeria is probably not funny wherever you're going to, and whatever is funny there might not be funny to you, but girl, your sense of humor is going to change. Okay, like when I was in India and like at home, like because I come from a family of comedy, and then when they say stuff, I'm like and then when I go to India and I say stuff and people don't find me funny, I'm like, okay, that's weird. I am a funny person. Like, I am a funny person, but it ain't funny to them. So, yeah, it's sensitive. And when they say stuff and every other person is laughing, you're like, it ain't funny to me too. So, you have your sense of humor it's going to change. Yeah, I think I'm going to end it here because it takes a long while. I think I'm going to do a video of like India, UK and Canada because I think the video is taking too long. It's too long. So if you have anything that you want me to really talk about, like if you want me to like talk about applying for Canada, like just the whole application process with Canada, and comment below question or send me an email or inbox me or something like that. Because I just feel like this video is too long already. Like I've been talking for like an hour, and I don't think anyone wants to listen to me for an hour. So subscribe, click the like button, share. This could have helped somebody out there. I don't know if anyone cares. So yeah, that's it. My name is Lara. In case you didn't get it in the beginning, my name is Lara, and yeah, thanks for watching.